evening, everybody from New York. My name is Aaron Ariel Avi. I'm the founder and CEO of the Netiot Network and the Hitzim Project, which we are going to present to you today. So we'll start with a few words about Netiot and what it is and what it's doing in Israel, and then we'll explain a bit about the project. Netiot is a network of 10 mission-driven communities or intentional communities. In Hebrew we call it Kehilot Mesimatiyot. One of the first communities is our Garin in שובה, which is in the Gaza envelope in Otef Aza. So, what is Hitzim? Hitzim has a very clear vision. Our vision is to promote social, economic and environmental sustainability in the geosocial periphery of Israel. And we do this by using intentional communities which are spread out all over Israel. The first part, which we'll explain about, is the mobile JCC. How was the mobile JCC created? It was created after we made a SWOT process in the community in שובה. We first checked what does the area need. We consulted the regional council, other actors, relevant actors and stakeholders in the area, and came to a very firm conclusion that this area needs much more effective, high quality, low price, informal educational activity for all ages, from infants to seniors. So this is one need that we identified in the area. So we created a mobile JCC because in this area it is not so customary to send a child to a leisure time activity or to come to a certain place for this kind of stuff. So we actually had to outreach to the population and started sending חוגים, סדנאות, leisure time activities and workshops all over the area. We started in the summer about 2.5 years ago with about 30 to 40 workshops in the summer and grew rapidly to a ratio of activity, and today we operate hundreds of activities a year. We operate 13 permanent activities, permanent חוגים in the area, generating a revenue of about 600,000 shekels of self-generated income from this social business, which both yields social revenues and in its activity by itself, and economic revenues which we use for other programs such as taking care of children at risk and other programs which are by definition unprofitable. The second branch, which we would like to present, is Rakia. Rakia is a research institute for creating curriculum, study programs for Haredi schools. What makes this curriculum unique, what makes these programs unique, is the fact that they combine math and science education with Torah education. Now, why is it so needed? We believe that the economic sustainability of the state of Israel depends to a very large extent on our ability to integrate Haredi young adults in the future and now into the employment market. In order to do so, and definitely as we see that modern employment requires more and more education and more high-skilled workforce, then you have to supply the young people and the young children of the Haredi public with the tools to do so as they grow up. But the problem is that you cannot do such a thing by coercion. You cannot force the education systems and force the teachers and the children and the parents to integrate study programs which they do not believe in, which they see as contradicting their most basic ideologies and beliefs. So what we try to do by developing these programs, these are two examples of the programs that we do in math. We have worksheets for children right now from 1st grade to 4th grade, and we plan on developing it all the way to the 12th grade. And we actually integrate math and science studies with Torah studies in a way that does not contradict the basic values of the Haredi education system. And we also claim, according to the pilot stage, these programs already operate in 3 different schools, both for boys and both for girls. Next year they will expand to 2 more institutions. And what we see, at least from the pilot stage, is that not only that the kids love it and the parents are okay with it and everybody are actually embracing this program, furthermore, the level of mathematical knowledge and science knowledge that the children achieve, their achievements in exams and other measurements that we have are not only equal, but in many cases are better than those in the regular education system. The client in this branch are the educational institutions, the Haredi educational institutions, which we expect will buy this curriculum, which includes both booklets for students, it includes training programs for teachers, it includes measurement tools, and more elements that makes this a comprehensive educational reform. The third branch is the project of separation at the source. The government, the Ministry of Environmental Protection, decided to initiate a program, a national program for promoting separation at the source, and they chose 14 local authorities for the pilot stage. One of those authorities is the authority that שובה is located, called Sdot Negev, in the Gaza envelope. After a very complex process, our project Hitzim, was elected as the main actually sole operator of this project in Sdot Negev, which means operating door-to-door activity to outreach to each and every citizen in the area, and it includes educational activity in all kindergartens in the area. This means reaching out to about 15 to 20,000 people and educating them and promoting this national goal of separation at the source. The client in this case is the government. The product in this case is the service that we give in promoting this awareness and this consciousness in the public. And we expect that if we succeed in the pilot stage in Sdot Negev and actually become one of the only institutions in Israel that have well-proven abilities to promote this kind of project in the population, then we could replicate it to other local authorities and using the network actually reach more places all over Israel. Not only in the Negev, where we have שובה, but all the from Mitzpe Ramon in the deep desert, to Ma'alot in the north, to Jerusalem, to the center of Israel, and actually offer our services to more and more local authorities. And this could be a very, very major economic answer for the Hitzim project. Regarding competition, the mobile JCC has virtually very low competition because its concept is very unique. The cooperative way in which it works has not been imitated yet in the areas that we work in. Hence, we are actually paving the way for a new type of supplying this kind of activities, this kind of service to society. The Rokia Institute completely has no competitors. In fact, no serious institute until this day has taken the challenge of developing such curriculum that will address the challenge of integrating Liba studies and integrating math and science with Torah studies in a way that can be integrated into Haredi education system. So in this field we have actually no competitors. In the third branch we do have competitors. There are more institutions and organizations which are building up experience and expertise in the field of promoting separation at the source, but we believe that the high professional level that we are going to do this and the experience we're going to get from the pilot stage is going to give us a relative advantage, and that beside the fact that the market and the demand for such project is going to be tremendously high, because it's going to be implemented in all local authorities in Israel in the next decade. So we believe that this branch has a very, very big economic potential. Our plan for the next 3 years. For the mobile JCC, our intention is to make this project a premium and mostly significant service provider in geosocial and social periphery in Israel, both in the Gaza Strip. This year it is already expanding to the north, based on the Nitiyot community in Ma'alot, and thanks to some seed money we have received from the Shachar Foundation, and we intend to expand it to more areas in Israel and duplicate the cooperative model that we have created, integrating it with more intentional communities that we are building all the time, and strengthen and expand the implementation of the informal code of activity in Israeli society. Regarding the Iraqi Institute, our goal is to develop a full 12-year curriculum and have a full product to offer schools and our clients actually, including a complementary training program for teachers, and we intend to expand to at least 10 schools in the next 3 years. In the separation of the source program, in the following year, 2013, our intention is to complete this project with success in Sdot Negev. In the following 2 years, we hope to expand to 2 or 3 more local authorities and become yet again a premium service provider in this field in Israel. The following slides show and describe our budget, both in the previous year, 2012, and in this year and next year projected budgets. As you can see, our budgets are comprised both of donors from foundations and some private donors. Some of them have committed to match every other donation that we receive. And they are comprised from governmental and local authority support and a growing part of self-generated income. As you can see, the self-generated income, the SGI, is growing significantly from 2012. Our projection for 2013 is yet another growth, in which we hope to see you as our partners in financing and supporting this activity as an investment, which will yield both social and economic revenues in the next two years, and will help turning the Hitzim project into a sustainable project that can live by itself and continue developing more and more projects and support other projects actually with the revenues it will produce. Our expectations from hopefully cooperation with the IVN are mainly escort and mentoring in the organizational development process that we have to take in the next few years in order to make these 3 branches sustainable and solid. This is a very, very meaningful for us as we are looking for partners, for investments, for the help that we need to get to the sustainable phase, to get to the break-even point and become a completely independent social business that could support other projects as well.